Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for visiting my website, and so this is a video that's going on my website, and in this video I'll be explaining my birth time rectification service. So a lot of people want Vedic astrology readings or astrology readings in general, and it's good to get a birth time rectification from a Vedic astrologer, because we use specific charts that called divisional charts that really pinpoint the accuracy of the time of birth down to minutes and even like seconds. It's very precise. So basically what my job is as a Vedic astrologer is I find your birth time. And the way that this works is, and you don't need to know, a lot of people want to get Vedic astrology readings, but they don't know their exact time of birth. Well, this process is, the birth time rectification process basically reverse engineers your birth time. So what I do need to know from you is basically your date of birth, and just a rough estimate of the range that you were born in. So from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., or the closer, the narrower that you can get it, the better it is for me, because if it's a wide window, then I have more possibilities to work with. I have more things to go through and double check and things like that. So, and there are ways, if you completely do not know what time you were born or have any clue regarding that, there are ways of finding that out. To narrow it down. So, let's say your parents are deceased and you don't have your birth certificate and things like that, and you were born on July 2nd, but you don't know, have any kind of window of time. This is where I come in, and there are ways to figure this out. So if you don't know at all what time your birth time is, or even a range of birth time, then not to worry, I will help you. Alright, so this is a long process, because basically what it does is it takes hours and sometimes even days to really narrow this down, and sometimes you gotta come back to it with a fresh mind and look at it from a fresh perspective. So it does take a lot of time. That's why it's so expensive, and not many Vedic astrologers are willing to do this work. They just want to, know your birth time so that they can give you a reading, and it's very easy, very cut and dry, and very, easy. However, a lot of people, even if they do know their birth time, they'll the birth time is not super accurate. There's typically a delay of around 15 minutes before the nurses and doctors can write down and record your birth time and your birth information. And that's honestly not their top priority. They are more focused on making sure that you and your mom are healthy, and that the birthing process is going good, and that you're okay, making sure that you're stable. So, there can be delays in recording and things like that too, and so it's really important to have an accurate time of birth. And so basically how this works is, I do need to collect some information from you about significant dates in your life, significant events and things like that. So like, you know, any marriages. So marriages, birth dates of your children. So like when your children were born, things like that. Um, Things like your career, when you started a career. Any dates of birth of your siblings. Dates of birth of your children. Dates of employment, so like when you started a job. Dates of education, so when you started a new school. Not so much when you graduated or like the educational milestones, but when you started a new school or something like that, that would be helpful. So let's see, we have dates of siblings, dates of also of moves that you might have made. So moving from, especially like major moves or significant moves, memorable moves, moves that that were very impactful on you. So for example, moving from New York to LA, or things like that, or from moving from Boston to Tokyo, things like that. So like international moves or big interstate moves, things like that. So yeah, so and then it would be, so dates of birth of your children would be the D7 chart. So the D3 would be your siblings. D4 would be your moves. D7 would be dates of birth of your children. D9 would be your marriage. So dates of your marriage, like when you got married and when you had children, things like that. So or if you're not married, that the D9 chart could tell us, could help us find out what are like, justify where, if you have like, if you're not married, having like a significant long-term relationship would be the date that you would put in there. So and then on top of that, dates revolving around your career. So starting a new career, getting a promotion, getting like a major like move up, so major promotion and things like that. And then there's the dates of your education and things like that. So so we use these things to kind of reverse engineer how you, or like your birth time. So you give me a window to work within, and then I look at the D3, I look at the D1, the D3, the divisional charts, and then find out, because I basically start wide and then start narrowing it down. So when you book a birth time rectification with me, this process is very, very tedious for me, and it does take a lot of time. So you can expect to receive an update at like 2 weeks, but the way my schedule is, it's looking like more like 4 weeks. So yeah, I try to give my clients enough time, I don't feel right just doing stuff halfway. I am very detail oriented, and I make sure that my work is backed up, and I I make sure that I have full confidence in my work, and I won't give you a birth time if I'm not 1000% confident in it. So that's my guarantee to you is, it might take me a long time, but at least I'm giving you a quality product, a quality birth time, something that I would back up, fully. And so that's important, a lot of astrologers will try to rush things and just to save time, and I'm not one of those. I will not. I refuse to rush things and to do half do jobs halfway. It's not fair to you, and I don't feel good when I do that stuff. So I don't do that. So anything that you buy from me is, guaranteed to be backed up by my integrity as an astrologer, and I take that very seriously. So it's, I'm not trying to get money from you guys and just say, oh yeah, you were born at 12:32. That's not it at all. I back up my work 1000%. So anyway, guys, so I thank you for watching this, and I hope you if you need a birth time rectification, you can go click the link down below in the description below. And also, if you're watching this on my website, then you can just buy it below. It's $270. So yeah, I hope you take advantage of that. And I know it's expensive, but my time is expensive, and it does take a lot of my time. So it's you get what you pay for, honestly. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and we will talk to you next time. Alrighty, peace.